everyone, welcome back to my channel. Hope everyone is having a great day. So the judge did make a decision for Todd and Julie Chrisley on whether or not he was going to approve what's called a bond appeal. Let me give you guys all the details. So we know that Todd and Julie Chrisley, they were found guilty of various tax crimes, tax evasion, things such as that. And they were both sentenced to time in prison. They are due to turn themselves in a week. Literally 1 week from today, on the 17th, they are both supposed to turn themselves in. Now, in an attempt to keep Todd and Julie Chrisley out of prison, their attorney was really pulling out all the stops for them. One stop was that they filed a motion that's called an appeal bond, where basically it's even though you have been found guilty and you are due to turn yourself in, you are going to appeal this verdict, right? So while you are waiting to file the appeal or see what the judge rules on the appeal, or if you get a new trial, you can actually pay a bond and stay out of prison. That was literally their last chance to stay out of prison. And it did not work, you guys. The judge ruled on it today and it did not go in their favor. So let me give you guys all the details. Hey, everyone coming in. Also, after this video, I'm going to be doing another video, another live stream that is very, very important. Okay, so Todd and Julie Chrisley was denied bond as they appealed the verdict for the charges that they were recently found guilty of late last year. So they are forced to report to prison in just a few days. I was also praying that this appeal bond would go through, that the judge would agree to that, but I was reading about it, how it's pretty rare for that to happen. So Todd and Julie, they must go to jail as planned. Todd and Julie will be forced to report to prison on January 17th after a judge denied them both bond today while they fight to appeal their guilty verdict in the $36 million bank fraud case. $36 million, you guys. That is crazy. The couple have been working with their attorneys overtime in a last-ditch effort to avoid serving a sentence behind bars. I thought you were the kids. So Todd and Julie will be checking into separate prisons next week, but they will still be able to communicate, which was something that I was unsure of. I was kind of wondering, how would they be able to communicate? Because if she's in prison, you have to make, like collect calls, or you have to have a card, like a prepaid card, something like that, to be able to call your spouse. What are you looking for?
Debit card.
Babe, that's my old wallet.
Mine don't work. Mine ain't been working.
Really? Well, then you probably need to get another one.
I just use yours.
I'm sorry, guys.
I'm sorry. I got it. Go ahead.
Okay, so Todd and Julie, they will be able to write letters to each other, send emails to each other, and possibly mail each other packages from time to time while they are both behind bars. That is if their warden approves of that. So Todd's going to be serving a 12-year prison sentence at the federal prison in Pensacola, Florida, where he could make up to 12 cents per hour scrubbing toilets, working in the library, things such as that. He could be a cook, but he can make up to 12 cents per hour. Julie, she will be serving her 7-year sentence at a low security federal correction institution in Tallahassee, Florida, where, ironically enough, this is so wild, where Ghislaine Maxwell is. Isn't that crazy that she's going to be in prison with Ghislaine Maxwell?
That is crazy. It seems so unfair, though, honestly.
It definitely seems so unfair. You going to the store?
Yeah, I have to go get some milk.
Okay. It definitely seems, I don't know, like the crimes that we know that Ghislaine Maxwell were found guilty for versus,
I'm just talking about the time. You can kill somebody and get 15 years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that is true. You can literally kill someone and get, I know people here that's almost killed people and got the, week.
What about the one guy that helped kill that one man and he was out in 10?
Yeah, I mean, there's cases here that I know where there was like attempted murder, but they got out in like a week once they paid their bond. It somehow got dismissed, or so money talks and a BS walks is what I've always heard. But Ty and Julie, they do have money, but in this case, it's not really helping them out that much. So she will serve her 7 year prison sentence at a low security federal correctional institution in Tallahassee, Florida, where Ghislaine Maxwell is also being held. Despite begging for Tallahassee, the judge reportedly recommended that Julie. Um, wow, hold on. That's not correct. She actually is not going to Tallahassee. Thank you, Tracy. She's not going to Tallahassee. That's where she wanted to go. She wanted to go to Tallahassee, but the judge actually recommended Julie to go to FCI Coleman. Although it's known for housing male inmates. If Coleman is full or it doesn't work out, she'll be headed to Tallahassee, which could possibly be the case. I'm like, wait, I've been hearing that she was going to go to Tallahassee, been hearing that she's going to go to Tallahassee, been hearing um, that Todd was going to go to Pensacola, and now I'm reading this, and at the very end, it says, despite the fact that she's been begging for Tallahassee, the judge has reportedly recommended that Julie go to FCI Coleman. And it's literally known for housing male inmates. So that's kind of weird. I really feel like this judge is like, I'm biting no bones with you guys. I'm giving you guys no leadway. I'm doing you guys no favors. No, I mean some judges are like, where do you want to go? And I know when I was covering Josh Doger's case, the judge said, write down 3 prisons that you would like to go to. Like the first one being the one that you really want to go to. The middle, like first one being the one that you really want to go to, second one being the one that whatever, and then the third one being like the least one that you want to go to. Um, and then they went with the one that Josh, obviously. So it looks like she's not going to go to prison where Ghislaine Maxwell is at. Maybe they got one wing for women. Yeah, they obviously have to have, a place for women, but it seems like it houses mostly male inmates. It's mostly male inmates, but it has to have a women's section. So that is really wild. Honestly, it's sad. I was wondering if Todd and Julie would be able to communicate because she's going to serve 5.5 years for sure. That's what she's going to serve. And then she'll be out, she'll get to go back home. I don't even know if once you're like a convicted felon, if you can go visit a loved one in prison. I'm not really sure how that works, but that was something that I was wondering. Will she be able to talk on the phone to him? Will they be able to communicate? So they will be able to communicate through writing letters, emails, and if the warden approves, they can send packages back and forth. Todd, Julie has opened up about this on a recent podcast, talking to Emmy, who is engaged to Chase, just saying how this will be the first time that she's really been away from Todd. Usually every night she goes to bed beside Todd, and it's been this way for many, many years. And now, not only is she going to be spending the night away from Todd, but she's going to be spending the next 5.5 years away from Todd, going to bed every evening, every night without Todd. Have they already served 7 months? It is from the date of the guilty verdict. They haven't served any jail time, I don't think. Elle Bailey, I think I found you on Instagram. I picked the one that Martha Stewart went to. She still got to make her crafts while in the pokey. Yeah. I mean, some of these prisons are not that hardcore. They're like a camp. Your family can come visit. You can sit next to each other, take photos. You can work out at the gym. You can eat good food. People have gone to prison for longer for marijuana and know you can't visit if you're a felon. I didn't think so. The house arrest? I don't think so. I don't think the house arrest is included. Yeah, in my eyes, the punishment does not fit the crime. Yeah, I mean, I was hoping they wasn't gonna get so long, but I also don't feel like people that are convicted of smoking marijuana should get long either. Because someone just said, people have served longer for marijuana. I was listening to someone the other day. Who was I listening to? Elon Musk. Elon Musk had done an interview on Full Send, and they asked him about the basketball player Brittany. I don't remember her last name, but the basketball player Brittany that had gotten arrested in like Russia for marijuana. She was going over there to play. She had marijuana in her bag. She said she forgot, but they take that over there like really seriously. So she was arrested. She was over there for quite some time until President Biden, traded her for like a Russian arms dealer. He traded her back. And they were asking, I think it was Elon Musk that they was asking, like his opinion on it. And he's like, well, like, I'm glad that she's home. But we have so many people in the States that are in prison for marijuana. Like, are we going to let them out too? Their families miss them. Their families want them home. I'm like, that's a good point. That's a good point. If it was me, Sean said, if it was me, we go on the run. They ain't taking me away from my L for 12 years. I know that's right, boo boo. Us and our whole family, we jetting out. We about to make like a baby. Head out. You know what I'm saying? The merchant of death, not just any arms trader. Yeah, he's like a big deal. And so, Russia's bad, yes. So, yeah, I was really hoping their attorney was really doing everything in their power to make sure that they would not have to go to prison this month. They're trying to keep them out as long as possible. They're trying to appeal this. And his attorney's idea was, well, let's try to get you guys out on a bond, turn yourself in, get a bond set, get out. Sean, are you here? Because I think I hear Kennedy. But that didn't work, you guys. So they're going to be turning themselves in a week. Hold on one second, guys. I'm so sorry, Sean. Can you call Caden and tell him to help Kennedy, please? So yeah, they left a Marine in prison. Yeah, they could have gotten at least 2 for the Merchant of Death. Foxtrot. Yeah, the best. It makes me mad to even think about it. When they choose to let her out, it was between her and a veteran that's been tortured over in Russia for over a decade. Wait, what? No way. I didn't know that. I just knew that she was traded for like an arms dealer. I had no idea that there was any discussions of a veteran that's a prisoner of war over there. Like, holy crap. But I was in fact hoping that they would get this bond and at least stay out of prison until they could get another trial. They could, work out this appeal. They claim he was a spy. Sad situation. Super sad situation. They left the U.S. Marine. We don't leave our men behind. So I mean, granted, that's terrible. It's traumatic to have a loved one to go to prison, never mind. Too exactly. And they're really getting ready for this. They are preparing for this. If you watch Savannah Chrisley's podcast Unlocked, they're preparing for it. She's going to be taking Chloe and Grayson. And then her and Chase have really started working together to try to work on their relationship. So, because they're gonna have to get through this. And they were trying to get their sentences staggered where say Julie would go first. And then That way Todd can stay at home and take care of the kids. I don't know which one they were trying to get to go first, but they were just trying to get it staggered. That way one could go first, another one be at home raising the kids, and then after that one is done, the other one go. Um, so the judge did not approve of that. The judge said, no, you guys are both going. And at first, I thought that would be a good idea. That way, at least one parent would be at home with the kids. And by the time Julie served her time, Grayson would be old enough, he would be out of the house, and Chloe would be very close to on her way, I think. She would be in her teens, so it would be a little bit different. However, the judge didn't agree to that. And now looking back, I think it's a good idea that the judge didn't. Because say the judge would have said, okay, you guys can serve your sentences out staggered. So Julie, you're gonna go first. You'll serve, she's sentenced to 7 years, but she's gonna serve about 5.5 years, and then she'll get to get out. So say that's the way that it was gonna work. Julie would go for 5.5 years, and then they would have another 12 years to get this, like another 12 years. But now they're both going to go at the same time. In 5.5 years, Julie will get out, and they'll only have a few years left. They'll have about 5 years left because Todd will serve about 10 years and 7 months. This is crazy. They followed all release conditions. Why would they not allow probation? They have no past criminal history. I really think the judge is trying to set an example out of them because they were put on house arrest. They stuck to the rules. They didn't do anything without permission. They reported to their PO like they were supposed to. They followed their conditions to this house arrest. And they have no priors. So you would think that this would be something that the judge would allow. However, I think the judge is like, we're going to make an example out of you guys. Yeah, that's true, Ira. That is true. Like they're keeping the Marine for future military pressure on the Ukraine issue. I'm surprised they let her go, thinking their prison facilities weren't quite working out for them to keep her there. They're going to miss out on 2 high school graduations, and sadly, when the time comes, probably, I know, Morgan, that is the saddest thing to think about is the possibility of Nanny Faye passing away before they get out of prison. That's really sad. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Hopefully Nanny Faye keeps on kicking and she'll be doing great when they get out of prison. But either way, they're definitely going. They are going. In a week, they will be reporting. Also, Todd Chrisley will be doing one more Chrisley Confessions podcast where Chase will be interviewing him. And it's supposed to be like, ask whatever you want. I'm going to answer it. So that is the update on them. That actually happened today, from my understanding. The judge ruled on that today. So I wanted to go ahead and give you guys that information. I'm going to go live right after this with some pretty big news. Nobody is talking about this yet, and I'm actually shocked that nobody knows this. So you guys are going to want to make sure you have your notification bell ring, and you come right back here in just a few minutes because someone was arrested and no one's talking about it. So come back here, and it's not in the world of reality television. It's not anyone, it's someone that we were all talking about recently, and then it just kind of died off. And now there was an arrest made, and nobody's talking about it. So we're going to talk about it right here. Make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up. Leave me your thoughts about Todd and Julie Chrisley. This appeal bond did not go through. In 1 week, they will have to turn themselves in to the prisons that they will be spending the next few years of their lives at. Leave me your thoughts. Give this video a thumbs up. Join me back here in just a little bit, and I will see you guys in about, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes. Goodbye, everyone.